Greetings. I am Shelly, also known as the Harlem Bombshell, Venus Noir, Hottentot Venus of Harlem. I got those nicknames while I was living in Harlem. This is my first video for my YouTube channel, and I'm taking my first steps. I don't know exactly a lot about editing and things of that nature and posting, but I decided to do my video today. I know the sun is behind me because I am going on a journey of reinventing myself and starting over. And this is where my life began. This is my childhood home. It's my grandmother's home, and it actually is over 100 years old and it's been declared historical. So here's the plaque. It's a historical landmark because I grew up in a community in Maryland that was founded by slaves, and we recently celebrated our 100-year anniversary of being incorporated as a town. And I felt like this would be the perfect time for me to do my video because I'm embarking on a new journey of reinventing myself. So this is where I began my life. This is where I came home from the hospital. This is the very first home I ever lived in. And now I'm about to go on a new journey of reinventing myself. So I thought this would be an ideal time to start. Again, I'm not very experienced with doing videos and editing videos, and so you're gonna have to be patient with me as I start this journey. But I do know that when I started my life journey, especially going into adulthood, I didn't have the mentors I needed, nor did I have the guidance I needed for what I wanted to achieve. And that's kind of something that I've learned throughout my experience that is very important for a young person. I hope to be that for people that are younger than me, especially based on the things that I've learned. But in the event now that I am starting my journey over again, I have to be that to myself because now I have the wisdom and the experience. So I'm starting over, but I'm not starting over from scratch. So I hope you stay tuned and share this journey with me. I look forward to sharing insights, experiences, laughter, fun, just life stuff. You know, as they say, life be lifing. And so I'm going to be lifing with you. But, you know, as we go on this journey, because life is filled with highs, lows, ups, downs, but we hope to have more highs than lows. But even when the lows come, to recognize the value in those moments, because they give more value to when the highs come. Because now when the high is here, you know what the low is like. And you're like, okay, I can get with the highs. And I appreciate the highs because I know what the lows have been like. And I've been through some high highs and I've been through some low lows. And I'm going to be sharing my wisdom and my insight with you in hopes that it can offer some type of value to your life. And hopefully you can get something out of it to help you in your life experience. I know myself personally. I am so grateful and appreciative to all the positive influences out there and all the things that they put on YouTube and all the other platforms. I have gained value. I was going through a really difficult experience these last few years. I was visiting my family, my mother and my brother for Thanksgiving 2020. And I went out for a walk on that Friday after Thanksgiving to get some exercise. I don't really like to eat a lot of food on Thanksgiving because I don't like to feel full. That's uncomfortable to me. Anyway, another topic for another day. And I went out and to do a little bit of power walking. That's my favorite form of exercise. And on the way back, I was struck by a driver in an SUV. And so I had to spend 2021 learning how to walk again. And a lot of things occurred around that time. As you know, that was COVID. And so there was a lot of arguments of what to do, what not to do around the you know what. And so during that time, it was just a lot. in the midst of all of that, I'm trying to learn how to walk again. And, I end up taking a big hit because I was not awarded a fair compensation in the settlement. So as a result, I've taken a big lost a lot financially. I've lost my home pretty much. What I had was gone, or what I have is gone. My car is gone. I just lost pretty much everything. So I'm literally starting over from scratch. And I think that's why I've been procrastinating on just starting this journey and sharing this journey, because there's some shame that goes along with that, especially starting over at this stage in life, and just being completely wiped out, and just recognizing how unfair the system can be. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, but I don't feel victimized per se, specifically by the system, but not by life. And that's one of the things I really want to share on this journey, is having and recognizing the discernment of when life comes. And my mother always says, boop, get those curveballs that knock you upside the head and practically knock you out. And you find yourself just in these places, and it's like, well, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I do this? What am I next? Blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, And I was fortunate enough, even, the years leading up to the accident, that I had gained a lot. I'm really big on self-help, and I had gained a lot of intellectual, should I say, comprehension of what it is to be empowered, what it is to take responsibility. Buddhism is something that I've practiced over the years. I consider myself more spiritual now, but Buddhism is one of the primary practices that I really value, that's helped me through some of these times. Because what I really value about what I've learned from Buddhism is that the foundation of the principles is rooted in really taking into consideration that I am responsible for my own life. And so even when I got hit that day and I'm in the ambulance, even when I was laying in the street, and I was looking up at the sky. I was like, really? Like, really? I've been knocked down, but now I'm literally knocked down. And I was supposed to go to Puerto Rico like 2 weeks after I was like, I was supposed to go to Puerto Rico, as I'm telling the ambulance. And, it's, yeah. So I said, okay, Most High, this is what it is. It's time to roll with this punch. And that's what I'm a kind of a roll with the punches kind of gal. And I hope you stick around and roll the punches with me. So I appreciate you tuning in for my first video. I look forward to engaging more really soon. Enjoy your day. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. September, September always has like the most beautiful days of the year. So I look forward to connecting with you all soon.